Galilee, each of all those. But I'm agreeing that Mark portrays.
Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity for us to come together, for us to learn. God, thank you for providing food every single time. You always provide. I have complete faith in you. I have complete faith in the life that you have planned out for me. I have complete faith in everyone watching this, that we are here to seek the truth. We are not here to argue, fight, and become enemies. Rather, we are here to discuss what the truth is and all come closer to you, because God is the truth. You are the truth.
Things like John the Baptist looking to Jesus, Jesus walking in the water, Jesus healing the blind. I mean, we could talk about each of all those, but I'm agreeing that Mark portrays Jesus as divine. My question is, did Jesus go around Palestine, Galilee, and then Judea, saying, I and the Father are one? Before Abraham was, I am. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. These are sayings found in the Gospel of John, which you agree is the last of the Gospels. Those sayings are not found in Mark, which you agree is an earlier Gospel. Palestine, Galilee, and then Judea, saying, I and the Father are one. Before Abraham was, I am. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. These are sayings found in the Gospel of John, which you agree is the last of the Gospels. Those sayings are not found in Mark, which you agree is an earlier Gospel. And they're not only found not in Mark. They're not found in Luke. They're not found in Matthew. They're not from Q. They're not in any of the early sources where Jesus says these things. When you pointed out that in Mark's Gospel, people continually are asking, who is this? The answer is never, he is God. And Jesus himself never says, I am God in Matthew, Mark, Luke, or their sources.
I totally agree on that. I mean, there could be all sorts of reasons not to say that. But what I want to say is there is precedent for all of the I am saying. So, for instance, Jesus, I am the bread of life. He says in the synoptics, this is my body, take this bread. He says, I am the good shepherd in John, and then he's portraying himself in stories as basically fulfilling the role of the shepherd. He says, I am the light of the world.
Wait, does anyone know if the guy on the right is Muslim? Watching a debate, this guy on the right, the middle guy is a moderator. He's atheist, used to be Christian. I love the way he speaks. What is his name? He's so calm and doesn't look like a Muslim. Why do Muslims have to have a beard though? I don't want to become this different person. Anime, wait, who retracted Anime's message? Cookie, was that you? Cookie, did you do that? Why was Anime's message retracted? Oh, to look masculine? Oh yeah, that's actually fire. Hey, Tom Glad. No, he did it himself. Lol. Okay, I'm just making sure, Cookie. Cookie, trust me? I love you. I just don't know what messages get... I don't know what you do. I can't see what you do, and I don't want anyone to be muted in the chat. Just to remind you and any other moderators here, or any other mods here, no one needs to be censored in the chat, even if they're saying something diabolical. As long as they're not spamming. This chat is for open discussion. I don't want anyone to silence me in my life, and people have tried to silence me, such as the Matrix. Like the cops were here a few hours ago. Like a few of them, I had to convince them to get out. I was like, no, I have not. I had to convince them to get out. They were like, we smelled marijuana here yesterday. I was like, yo, that wasn't me. So they got out. But no one deserves to be silenced. So, anyways, GG, Cookie.
In John, in Matthew, he says, you are the light of the world to his disciples. If he's prepared to accept they're the light of the world, I don't see why he can't say that he is as well. So I think all of these things we can make connections, and I don't think, yes, the Gospels are about 9 hours long when you read them in English. So in this 2-hour section of John, there are things which aren't in the others. But don't build a massive, castle out of that. I mean, it seems to me, of course, there are going to be some things that are in one that aren't in the others.
I agree with that, and I'm not trying to build a castle out of it because I'm just responding to Justin's question. This wouldn't be a point that I would have raised. I mean, I don't. This wouldn't be. This is not why I think the Gospels are unreliable. So this isn't. For me, this isn't even the point. But I will say that the whole idea of development is that there are things earlier that get developed later. And so the fact that you see things earlier that could lead to John's proclamations that's what the developmental view is. What you don't get is in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, Jesus saying that he's God. And my point is, if the historical Jesus really did go around saying those things, it is inconceivable to me that our earliest sources fail to mention it. Like they didn't think that part was important. This would be the most significant thing to say, and yet none of them, not just Mark, but Matthew and their sources, by the way. I mean, I don't know what you think, but virtually every scholar I know thinks that you've got Mark and you've got Q and you've got M and you've got L and then you've got Matthew and you've got Luke themselves. You got 6 sources before John. None of them has these things. And so are we supposed to think, well, yeah, that was just like a minor detail they decided not to get into? I just find it completely implausible.
But I think, John doesn't have Jesus go around saying, I am God either. So I think...
I and the Father are one. Before Abraham was, I am.
Yeah, these are big things. But, I mean... When you walk up to, you may not believe it happened, but when it's portrayed as someone walking up to people on the water and then saying, I am, it's a pretty dramatic thing, isn't it?
In the Gospel of John, the man born blind is asked, were you the one who was born blind? And he replies, ego eimi.
No, sure.
I am.
Sure.
Saying I am is just a way of saying yes.
Yeah, but it's not just that when you're just walked across the water. It's something
Peter
different.
Peter walked on the water too.
Yeah, but...
Okay, did that make him God?
No, again, but there is a difference.
But he was the one who fell down, of course.
Exactly. He wasn't as... Exactly. Within the story. But Peter doesn't go around saying,
what do you think Mark 6 is about when Jesus walks on the water? I mean, isn't this portraying
He's showing the God...
A beard is a testament to looking masculine for men. Question. Shave the mane off a lion. What do you get? A lioness. Enough said, really. Men look fierce and wise and mature with beard. Handsome too. Buffet. Where do you get all this knowledge from? Oh, it's almost over. This is such a good video. Afet, thank you for making these conversations possible. Can I even grow a beard? No. I can grow a mustache a little bit and just like some scruff.